Bristol, Bristol! The city that was built on the bricks of heroic hardship.
I have a dream.
I didn't know that 60 years ago, a protest took place which contributed to advancing the rights of black people.
It's known as the Bristol Bus Boycott.
Remembering the boycott, the anti-racism protesters whose actions created history. In April 1963, they fought back at Bristol Omnibus Company rules preventing any black or Asian person working for them.
Whilst we can attain white labour in this city, we intend to go on engaging white labour rather than coloured labour.
Remember that the Bristol Omnibus Company was a state-owned company. So the UK state was implementing a colour bar.
Campaign led by Paul, Guy, Roy, Audley, Owen, Barbara, Prince, and many others thought about the actions that ultimately led to the 1965 and 1968 Race Relations Act.
The boycott lasted 3 months and caught the attention of Labour leader Harold Wilson.
The government stepped in and made it an offence for anyone to discriminate against black people.
They came on a Bristol bus that 60 years ago they couldn't have worked on. The company and today Parliament now honour those who organised the boycott. When they went inside that day, the Bristol group saw what the boycott helped bring. Britain's first Race Relations Act. Many politicians came to meet them, including our now Prime Minister, who today paid tribute.
They were inspiring in terms of the campaign that they carried out. They changed not just Bristol, but part of our own history.
The Bristol Bus Boycott is one of the biggest achievements in overcoming injustice in this country. I speak for the whole Labour Party and the whole Labour movement in expressing our gratitude to you for what you achieved.
Legislation on race equality will be published in draft to enshrine the full right to equal pay in law.
Mr. Paul Stephenson, for services to equal opportunities and community relations in Bristol.
One Anglican church in Bristol is shining a light on its past in a very surprising way, through its stained glass windows.
The winning design itself portrays Jesus in multiple ethnicities in biblical and contemporary scenes, accompanied by the question, who is my neighbour?
Today, the achievements of the Bristol campaigners are being celebrated with posters at bus stops around the city. And here are some of the people who designed them.
I'm from Bristol and my design was about thanking the Bristol Bus Boycott for changing history, because it would be horrific if it was still like that today.
Jules is a creativist at Curiosity UnLtd, a youth worker and leader of the Bristol Bus Boycott campaign. And the question is, the Bristol Bus Boycott is one of the UK's most significant moments in race relations. Building on its legacy and Labour's plans to introduce a Race Equality Act, how will your department, I think this might be for me, use the 60th anniversary of the Race Relations Act of 1965 as a creative catalyst for meaningful cultural change? A national conversation around that next year would be the right way to mark it. I don't know what you think, David.
Well, I think one of the things we need to do is exactly what Jules is doing, is this is a great pivotal moment in British history that happened here in Bristol.
And Bristol Bus Boycott is literally history that the young people should be learning about today. Now, this is Bristol history. I want to learn about a history that's close to me, that's close to what young people should be knowing and learning.
So with gratitude to Jules and to Sandra and those who worked tirelessly with them, it is an honour for me to salute the boycott pioneers and their families in the 28 seats that are run along there, who are today, as we formally and now unveil those seats, without putting anything off it, but they're there, and they're there in perpetuity.
And this plaque will go outside the Bristol office to commemorate what those workers did. So I'm just going to unveil it for you now.
is a fight that we have to continue. It's never ending. It'll never stop. When you think it's gone to sleep, it raises an ugly head and you start all over again. So you cannot afford to let it die. Just keep on going. All of you youngsters, just keep on.
And then finally, Bristol, unfortunately, as I said, is the 7th most unequal city for people of colour to live in today. But let's flip it, reverse it. If we put in a mirror, it looks like a 1. So how can we become the best city for people of colour to live in by 2030? I think we can do that.
Answer the call. I belong right here.